I always forget to do that. I always forget to add myself. But hello, everybody. Welcome to BDIV and the Boys, the talk show where we talk, basically about everything here on the show. We talk about all kinds of sports. We have college basketball, March Madness starting tomorrow. I'll shout out my Instagram page, BDIV_ATB. I highly suggest you go check it out. We're doing a free $100 March Madness tournament. Please go check out our Instagram. It's all the details are on there. Again, I highly encourage you do it. It's a great tournament. Everything's wonderful. It's completely free, so make sure you go check it out. Also, I mentioned it last stream, and I'll mention it again. What we're trying to do for BDIV and the boys, I'll actually move my ring light out of the way here a bit. For BDIV and the boys, what I want to do is I want to turn the show into basically like a like a whole different network. So you have your own baseball show, basketball show, football show. If you're interested in doing any of that, please email me at bdivatb@gmail.com. Again, I'm looking to expand this, making it grow, and we'll see how far we get. But yeah, let me give you a quick rundown again. Um, Selection Sunday is tomorrow. We can't forget about that for March Madness. Big day tomorrow. Also, a lot of questions. We're going to get into those. We're also, again, I'm sorry, football talk. I can't get away from it. We can't get away from it. The NFL, April 1st is the deadline for free agency. So it's coming up, believe it or not. It's coming up. So, yeah, we have to really just we have to lock in on that. On what I'm wearing today, I'm wearing my American Eagle sweatshirt with Italian dressing stain on it. I'm also wearing again my ninth grade homecoming suit, really tight, makes my muscles look big. So yeah, definitely what I'm rocking with here. But let's start with the NBA talk first. We have I didn't make oh my god, I didn't make any bottom tabs for it, but that's okay. The first thing I want to talk about is the LaMelo Ball is leading in the Rookie of the Year race right now. We're going to get into the MVP talk in a second, but I want to talk about the Rookie of the Year race. So this year, many NBA players are in the running for MVP, but at the moment, the Rookie of the Year conversation, guys, it's pretty simple. It's not really even close for that matter. LaMelo Ball is just running away with it. He's currently the front runner for this year's Rookie of the Year award. He leads all rookies in everything but blocking stats. So that's points per game or per game and total stats. He won Rookie of the Month in February, having 8 20-point games, having a career high 34 points, and leading all rookies in that month in scoring and assists. Melo is currently averaging about 20 points, 6.5 rebounds, and nearly 7 assists this season, which is, again, really good for a rookie. He's simply playing great basketball and is making a huge impact in all aspects of the game for the Hornets. He's doing it all right in front of the GOAT, Michael Jordan himself. I mean, I don't know if you see the clip, but LaMelo does a crazy layup, and MJ is astonished. It was a great layup. But yeah, MJ was amazing. I think they definitely made a good pick here. So as you know, for Saturdays, we have the boys here live, Camera Dos, BDIV and the boys, Camera Dos. What's going on, guys?
What's up, Bill?
Oh, nothing much. Just here on the show. We had a rough start. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what I was gonna talk about today. I worked 8 to 4. Actually, a little bit later than that, and I came home, worked on the show the entire night since. And here we are now. Here we are now on the show with 10 people watching. Everybody, welcome. We're just about to get into NBA Rookie of the Year talk. Now, Fraz, I'll start with you. I mean, LaMelo Ball is by far the front runner in this race. Tell me, like how much of an impact has he made in Charlotte?
Yeah, I mean, just since he's been, a younger kid, like he's always been the spotlight. So, he's always had that on him. And since being in the NBA, it's kind of like RJ Barrett. He's always had that spotlight, but he's doing it better than RJ right now. Playing with Michael Jordan or playing for a company with Michael Jordan, that's another thing. Getting some, teaching from Michael Jordan is another big thing. But he's the player that we wanted out of Lonzo Ball, and we got it.
Yeah, Frazzy pulling a Stephen A. Smith quote out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what Stephen A. Smith said. He said that is what we expected out of Lonzo Ball. No, again, no shade on Lonzo, but definitely did not live up to the hype that he should have. And then LaMelo just comes in, absolutely dominates. Again, like I said, on all aspects of the game, you have crazy highlight passes, can finish very well, and I think the most impressive thing is he's 180 pounds and he's averaging what, like 6 rebounds a game. So that's impressive to me. I don't really think it's close. LaMelo Ball is definitely in the front runner, but we're going to talk about two other guys who, if anybody has a shot, it's them. So the next one I have is Tyrese Halliburton. The only difference between him and Melo, well, obviously Melo is playing a lot better, but Melo is a starter. Okay, Tyrese Halliburton is a sixth man. And if Melo just runs away with it like he is right now for the rest of the season, this guy is the front runner for sixth man of the year. So he might win something when his time comes. So him, Melo, and Anthony Edwards are the only three that I'm gonna say get really good minutes. He has the second most minutes of all rookies, obviously besides Melo. He plays 30 minutes a game as a sixth man. Again, those are pretty good, solid minutes. But the problem is this isn't a problem, but this could increase his rookie of the year status. But his sixth man status would definitely go down because the Knicks, or not the Knicks, excuse me, the Kings are not playing good basketball right now, and they kind of need a 3-point shooter to really boost that offense, give it some morale there. But he's definitely playing well right now. And Brandon, are you there? I have Brandon here. Brandon is here. Brandon, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are y'all doing?
How are y'all doing?
Good, Brandon.
I just hear that.
First of all, I want to start with this. Lonzo Ball, man. Like I think Lonzo Ball gets disrespected, man, all the time, man. I think Lonzo Ball is having a great season, and I expected Lonzo Ball to be a great player, and I think he is a great player. So I know the stats might not show it, but I think he's been a great player all year.
Yeah, I agree. Lonzo Ball's career may have not started the way we expected it to, but definitely he's picking up now. Pretty good passer, and basically one of the main parts that Zion Williamson was able to get to 1,000 points that fast. Now, Brandon, here's the question I have for you. Right here, I have Tyrese Halliburton. He's playing really good basketball right now, averaging 13 points off the bench. Actually, 15 points off the bench.
Mhm.
Is there any chance that, whether it's him or anybody else, is there any chance that somebody catches LaMelo Ball in this Rookie of the Year race coming out All-Star break?
No, absolutely not, man. LaMelo Ball is one of the greatest rookies of all time, and he's gonna win Rookie of the Year easily. And I thought all along LaMelo was the best player in college. I thought he should have went number one overall. You know what I mean? I like Anthony Edwards. I like James Wiseman. They're very good players, and I expect them to be great players for a long time. But LaMelo Ball is a transcendent superstar, and to me, LaMelo Ball is going to go down as an all-time great.
So you think brings up a pretty good topic. You think that LaMelo Ball is going to go down as one of the best rookie seasons of all time?
Yes. Because look at the impact he's made on Charlotte. Charlotte was terrible last year. This year they're a 500 team.
That is important to note that the Charlotte Hornets are playing pretty good basketball right now. They are.
And by the way, at halftime they're destroying the Toronto Raptors right now. They're beating them by damn near 20 points right now. I just saw the score, so
yeah,
I just peeped it.
Yeah. So Hornets again playing pretty good basketball. Oh yeah, that right. This is probably a bad angle. That's not a good angle either. Oh yep, no this was a pretty good angle. Am I lagging?
There you go.
Okay, sorry, the symbol came up for me again. Again, guys, we're still trying to work things out as far as tech goes. I got the ring light, I got my new mic, everything's going well. Now we're just working out some different stuff here. What did you just do?
I had to hit the X on the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let me do that again.
What are you guys doing?
Be on full screen.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We're actually using a laptop, Brandon, as another camera. So yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, but Alex, I'll ask you the same question, bro. Like, is there really any chance that LaMelo Ball loses his spot as the top rookie right now?
No, LaMelo Ball is rookie of the year right now. Halliburton's playing great basketball. In my opinion, I think he was the steal of the draft. What, the Kings get him ninth overall, something like that?
Yeah,
That's an absolute steal for him. He's shooting the ball well, and he's going to be a good future piece for the Kings going forward.
yeah, and I think the way he's playing right now, I really don't see why the Kings aren't starting him. He's shooting hovering. I think it was 45% from 3-point, and
I'll
that's really good. Actually, no, that was his field goal. I think his 3-point was like high 30s. I want to say 38 or 39, and that's
I'll
3-point percentage. That's pretty good. Brandon, what were you gonna say?
I'll tell you why the Kings ain't starting him, because they're paying Buddy Hield $20 million a year,
I forgot about Buddy Hield.
and you're not going to sit a guy that you're paying $20 million a year on the bench. So what they got to do, to me, they need to trade Buddy Hield at trade deadline to open up the minutes for Halliburton.
Yeah, and I remember the whole when Buddy Hield was his rookie contract was up. I remember he wanted paid, man. Like he thought he was the best shooting guard in the entire league, and I just remember he wanted paid, and the Kings gave him pretty good money if I'm not wrong. So yeah, you don't. I'm at this point in time, if Halliburton proves that he's a starter and can play well, the Kings might just end up trading Buddy Hield in general. Maybe get a few draft picks out of that. That's my opinion, but
They
there's
could
one.
trade him. He would have a lot of suitors if they put him on the open market.
Yeah, yeah. I think teams would definitely be interested in Buddy Hield because he's not a bad basketball player. I wouldn't say he's worth the money that they're giving him, but
He could shoot.
he can shoot. He's a pretty good basketball player. So one more rookie that again, Fraz, big Knicks fan. I think there's really only one more rookie. I don't even think he's close either. But there's definitely one more rookie that is a big impact player for his squad, and that would be what's his first name? Im,
Oh man,
Emmanuel. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't type his first name in. Emmanuel quickly is playing really well for New York right now. Despite the amount of minutes that he's getting, and that's the problem is his minutes. He's not getting very many. He averages just under 19 minutes. That's 17th among all rookies this year. That's not very good compared to LaMelo. I think is getting somewhere around 35, 36. Halliburton's getting 30. Like that. That's not very good. But for his minutes, he's playing pretty well. About hovering around 12 points a game, and when he comes in the game, he's the second or third guy off the bench, but when he comes in the game, he gives, I would say, the Knicks more of a morality boost in that sense. Just again, not a lot of minutes, but quick points off the bench. Fraz, I'll ask you because you're the Knicks guy here. How much of an impact has Quickly made to the squad?
Yeah, I mean, he's really an unorthodox player. He isn't like your typical player where they're doing fancy shit. Oh, fancy.
Oh,
fancy.
see, I called you out. I called you out, and now you're slipping on my own show.
That's twice, Matt. That's twice.
Yep, that's twice. Here, it was twice now.
Okay, well, he doesn't do anything.
It's all good though.
LaMelo and Edwards and them, but he brings confidence to the team. That's a big reason why they're over 500 right now. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the numbers he's putting up in the minutes. It's unbelievable, and it's exciting to be a Knicks fan.
And I mean, clearly, it's helping. I mean, when have the last time the Knicks been a 500 over team?
It's been
a while.
It's been damn near 10 years
since Melo. Yeah, that's
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. So yeah, he's definitely making an impact. The squad's kind of coming together. Coaches are obviously doing their job. Are they going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making the playoffs.
I think they're going to make the playoffs, and I mean, there's lack of experience in the playoffs with this team, so we'll see what happens. Charlie's eating something.
Charlie, what do you mean, Bubba? Oh, okay.
Brandon, who do you got winning it this year?
The championship?
Yeah,
the whole thing.
Probably, I would have to say Brooklyn right now. The way they're playing, like I don't see any team beating them 4 times.
Now,
KD, Kyrie, Harden, like, come on, man.
Yeah. It's just
I don't see it. Like,
Blake Griffin's washed.
Yeah,
yeah. Hey, I'm
last
so
time.
glad you brought that up because everybody's hyping that sign up. That's gonna be. He's not gonna play much. He's not that good anymore.
He's a worse Jeff Green.
Yeah, Jeff Green's been better this year.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon mentioned it. Like, this is the crazy thing. The dude hasn't dunked the basketball since what? Like
2019.
2019. It's been 2 years since Blake Griffin has dunked a basketball in a game. That goes to show. Uh-oh. I think Max is here.
Blake Griffin's turned into a spot-up shooter.
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
I would watch out for this though. If Andre Drummond gets a buyout, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Brooklyn too.
Okay.
Now, from Penn University.
Shooter Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
7.
I've been saying Blake Griffin's going to become a shooter for a while. He's getting more confident.
Yeah.
Brandon, my pick's going to surprise you. I think the Clippers win it this year.
I love that pick. I think it's gonna be Clippers Nets in the finals, and the Lakers. I think they got worse.
I think Giannis could get some redemption too and take the Bucks to the finals.
I don't see it. Their coach ain't good at all.
Yeah, they brought in Drew Holiday. They got some good young pieces. DiVincenzo's playing well. I think the Bucks could make a run.
Yeah, they're solid.
Yeah, so just joining us right now is Max Batolsi on the show. Max, what's up?
How you doing?
What's up, Max?
Late as
What's up, Brandon?
usual. Max telling us, well, hey, let's all hang out. Hey, let's hang out tonight. Let's hang out
Oh, he
tonight.
did say 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was 15.
And he was 15 minutes late. But, Max always does this thing where, he doesn't do it much anymore. But he would go, hey, let's hang out tonight. Sure, what time? Oh, I'll be there at 11:30. So, that's typical Max. But, Max, we just got done with the Rookie of the Year deal. LaMelo Ball running away with it. Now we're on to the MVP race, which is a lot closer. But some things actually came up now that I think are going to change the ladder. But,
Embiid got hurt.
yeah,
Embiid hurt.
He's currently number 1 on the ladder, though. He's having an unbelievable season. 30 points a game, 12 rebounds, a block and a steal each a game. The Sixers are playing good as a team too. They're 26-12. They're on top of the East, and they beat the Jazz the other night, which was a big win for them. Brandon, I think he dropped like 40 in that game, didn't he?
Yeah, to me, in terms of a big man, I think Embiid's having the best season since Shaq. It just is a big man this season.
Yeah, he 30 points a game for a big man is pretty darn good. But Brandon, I'll ask you. I mean, the injury. He's going to be out 2 to 3 weeks. How is that going to affect not only the Sixers but his spot on the MVP ladder?
I think it depends how the Sixers play. If the Sixers go on a big losing streak, I think that'll help his case. But if they win just many games when Embiid hurt, I think that could hurt his case. And then the MVP race will come down to Jokic or LeBron, which, to be honest with you, they haven't given the MVP to LeBron in the last 8 years, so I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to LeBron. But for me, I think Jokic is more important to the team because Jokic does everything for him: shooting, passing, rebounding. He's literally everything for that team. If Jokic wasn't on the Nuggets, they'd be one of the worst teams in the league. And I would give it to Jokic if I wouldn't give it to Embiid. But if Embiid's fully healthy, I would give it to Embiid. It's going to all depend on how the 76ers do while Embiid's hurt. They win just many games, that'll hurt his case. If they go on a huge losing streak, then, that'll obviously help his case.
Yeah, and I think LeBron becomes a favorite only because LeBron is a favorite in a sense. Everybody loves LeBron, and I think that's the problem. I think I think everybody wants to go to Brooklyn, and I've mentioned this already, because LeBron gets way too much credit when teams win a title. That's my whole thing. You have Anthony Davis literally won the Finals MVP last year.
No, LeBron won it.
Oh, LeBron won it.
Yeah, LeBron won the Finals MVP.
Davis won anything last year?
Anthony Davis didn't have a great Finals last year.
And low-key, AD's been struggling this year, low-key.
And he's hurt right now, and we'll get into that in a second on why that actually might help LeBron in the MVP race. But before LeBron, number 2 on the ladder is actually Nikola Jokic, who has led his team to an unbelievable 28-9. That's unheard of for a Jazz squad who we knew would do good with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, but now they're playing lights out. Oh no, he plays for the Nuggets. I'm so twisted right now. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jokic. Excuse me, Jokic and Donovan Mitchell. This is a squad who played.
Donovan Mitchell's on the Jazz.
Oh, this is the Nuggets. Jeez,
It's Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic on the Denver
I
Nuggets.
was
It's
right the
Rudy
first
Gobert and Donovan Mitchell on the Utah Jazz.
time. No, so right now, again, Jokic playing amazing basketball, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists. Now, he might not be scoring as efficiently as Embiid is, but you could definitely argue that he's number one solely off the fact that he is playing really good team basketball as well. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Jazz or the Nuggets. Jeez, the Nuggets are playing so good right now. The Nuggets are playing so good right now. He's averaging almost 8 assists as a center.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly teams are focusing on him so much that he's able to kick the ball out and they're able to make plays off of that as well. So Max, I'll ask you. So because you just came in here, so Jokic obviously, you could argue that he's winning the MVP race right now. Some sports betting apps have him plus 400 on bets, which is really high. They have everybody else hovering around 130 between LeBron and Embiid. So how much do you think Embiid's injury is going to levitate Jokic over the next 2 weeks?
I think Embiid got kind of lucky. I don't know if you guys saw that video of the injury. It looked.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I thought he tore his ACL. I thought it was an ACL tear.
I didn't
saw
know
it.
But
It could have been season ending right there.
with it being 2 to 3 weeks, I don't think it'll affect it too much. I mean, it will obviously if Jokic keeps playing really good, then I mean it might be tough for him to come back from that. Especially, I mean, 2 to 3 weeks without playing is going to be tough for him to first come back. But at least it's not season ending, so I think he's still going to be in the running, but it might just make it a little tough on him down the stretch.
Yeah, and Fraz, I'll ask you a very similar question. Do you think is there a chance that LeBron even moves up to 2 or maybe even 1 because of this injury?
Potentially. I mean, he's done it before in the past. You know, he has the experience. I mean, I understand Joel Embiid's like really good young talent, but it's LeBron James, and I think he can definitely come back and be number one.
Indeed, it is LeBron James, and let's talk about him right now. Actually, he's in 3rd place on the MVP ladder. Um, it's no doubt, and I say no doubt because he's playing really well despite his age. He's playing really good basketball. LeBron is averaging nearly 26 points, 9 rebounds, and almost 8 assists. Typical LeBron, you see him playing the 1, 2, and 3. That's why you see all pretty good stats all across the board. Now I mentioned the Anthony Davis injury. He's going to be out for another 2 to 3 weeks. They said today. So Alex, I'll ask you now. Personally, I think this helps LeBron's chances of moving up on the MVP ladder. But do you think this will positively or negatively affect LeBron as far as Anthony Davis being hurt?
I feel it will positively affect it because LeBron's going to be taking more shots. LeBron's got the ball in his hands more. But I feel like the person it's going to affect the most is I feel like Donovan Mitchell is getting disrespected. I think Donovan Mitchell is the MVP of the NBA this year. He is the best player on the best team with the best record, most valuable player. I think he's the most valuable player to the Jazz.
Now Brandon is shaking his head in
No,
dust right now.
bro. Dame Lillard is better than Mitchell this year. Dame Lillard got a worse
Don't
squad.
have as good of a record as the Jazz. The Jazz are the best team in the NBA.
The Jazz got a great squad. Dame Lillard doesn't have much to work with.
But what are they seeded? 6 right now?
They're like the 5th seed, and the only reason they're the 5th seed is because of Dame Lillard. If Donovan Mitchell was on the Trailblazers, I don't even think they'd be a playoff team. What's your response to that?
Oh, sorry, I took myself off the screen to let you two argue, and you couldn't hear the audio at all. Alex, repeat what you said.
Take Damian Lillard off the Jazz, they're not a playoff team either, and especially if you take them off the Jazz, they're definitely not the number 1 team in the West. Definitely not the number 1 team in the NBA.
Who? If you put Lillard on the Jazz,
They're probably similar, but is he on the Jazz? No,
He's not.
It's Donovan Mitchell on the Jazz. That's why he's the MVP of the NBA this year.
I mean, he's not.
I don't know. I'm not as high on Mitchell as everybody else is. That's just me.
I don't think a lot of people are high on him. That's why I think he's one of the most disrespected players right now.
Is he even in the running? Like, where's he at?
We
He has to
can
be top 5.
we can look at the
He ain't top 5. I looked at it the other day. He's not even. I didn't even see him top 10. I don't think.
He has to be top 10 now.
let me look at the ladder real quick. So that's a pretty good oh wait. When did this article come out? February 5th. Okay, no, this one's a bit old. This one came out. Okay, so right now, here I'll give you the full ladder right now. So they have Joel Embiid at 1, Jokic at 2, LeBron at 3, Lillard at 4, Luka at 5.
No.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's 10. 6 is Curry, 7 is Giannis, 8 is James Harden, which I don't.
It's just
James Harden shouldn't be there. They're stacked.
It's popularity.
It's
Yeah.
turned into a stats award, which is not.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I think stats take a big part.
Well, you know what? The last 2 years, Giannis won it, but his team had the best record in the NBA. So I don't know if it's necessarily a stats thing. But this year, to me, Embiid's been the best player in the league this year, and I think Embiid should win the MVP. But Mitchell, man, he's having a good season. And honestly, I think Rudy Gobert is just as important to that team as Donovan Mitchell is. I mean, people, to me, I made a video on my channel about it the other day. I think Rudy Gobert is the most disrespected and hated player in the NBA. It seems like all the NBA players take a crap on Rudy Gobert, and I don't know why. You know, I mean, maybe Alex can explain it to me why players hate Rudy Gobert so much.
Oh, dude, it's easy why people hate Rudy Gobert. He started the whole COVID thing.
Yeah. I'm talking about on the court.
1 year ago today.
I'm talking about on the court. People hate on him on the court. I'm not talking about off the court. I'm talking about on the court.
He gets disrespected because he doesn't put up the scoring volume that he should. He doesn't have a scoring package that he's like he's a number 1 or 2 option that they go to. That's Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell.
Bro, yeah.
Great shot, rebounder, but he's not really versatile scorer, and that's why I think he's.
Yeah, he got blocked by a guard the other day. I saw it. I saw it on Instagram. It was a Trailblazer guard. I forget what his name was.
And my response to that is like the game is more than scoring, though. You know what I mean? Like defense, he's dominant, and he single-handedly like made them one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he averages at least 2 blocks a game. I mean, the dude's definitely the best rim defender in the game. Oh, hi, Charlie. Hey, Charlie, you want to say hi? There's your papa. At least she doesn't fart.
Brandon, what's your opinion on Mitchell Robinson?
Mitchell Robinson, Brandon.
I think Mitchell Robinson could be just as good as Rudy Gobert. I like his upside.
Is he a Nick?
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, of course.
And by the way, hey, Matt, I hope it's Knicks Celtics in the first round. I really do. I want that.
Great.
Knicks versus Celtics in the first round. I want that badly.
Ooh. 7 then dropped.
Oh no, Brandon, your thoughts? Game to 7 and they lose.
No, not lose. They win.
Oh, they win.
I said they would.
So,
Man,
Brandon, there's a series right now. What game do you think it would take to, and what game would the Celtics win? Because you would never say the Knicks would win against the Celtics.
I don't want to disrespect the Knicks because they're obviously a very good team. But a lot of players have never been to the playoffs before, so just off experience alone, I'd take the Celtics. You know what? I'll get the Knicks 2 games. I'll go Celtics in 6.
Celtics and I think that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
From a Celtics fan, that's fair.
Yeah, it's not like he's saying Celtics in 4.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Hear him out.
Celtics in 6, but Celtics need to make some moves at the deadline.
You're right, and they're interested in Jeremy Grant and Harrison Barnes. Those are the 2 names that they want at the deadline.
Vucevic too, right?
No, he's off the table. Orlando came out and said they're not trading him. He's off the table.
Yeah, I mean, who else would Orlando have if they got rid of Alfred?
But to me, that's why you need to trade him.
Dude, I haven't. The crappy teams in the NBA, I really haven't followed in a while because, like, they're invalid to me. So, like I just said, Alfred Payton still plays for the Magic and Crash plays for the Knicks. Yeah,
he don't get no minutes on the Knicks.
He ain't get no minutes.
Nope. Every Knicks fan hates him. Like they all want him off the team. So that tells you something right there.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he's gone by the end of the year. Who knows? So real quick, let's go down on the line. Zach, I'll even ask you. Real quick, no need for an explanation. Brandon, I'll start with you. Who is your MVP right now? No explanation. Just tell me who.
Joel Embiid, if he's
Joel Embiid.
healthy.
Zach, who we taking here?
I mean, I don't really know much about basketball, but from what I heard, Joel.
He's gonna go Joel. Max,
I'm shocked by that.
Fraz.
I'm in the middle between two, but I'll go Joel Embiid.
And I already
Donovan
Mitchell. I'm gonna be honest. All along, I personally think that Steph Curry is a little slept on this list too. I think
His team ain't even in the playoffs right now. He can't be.
I mean, if they end up making a run, I think Curry could definitely have a chance. All the guards, to be honest with you, I think definitely have a chance. I agree. Donovan Mitchell should be a little more respected. He's playing on the best team, has the best record, and is putting up pretty darn good numbers. So yeah, Donovan Mitchell again, Damian Lillard, another one. All those guards, but for right now, I'm gonna say Nikola Jokic is my MVP, especially now that I think Joel Embiid is playing the best out of any of them, but I think that Jokic definitely is probably going to have an upper hand here because Embiid's going to be out for 2 to 3
I
weeks.
have an even better question for and you any of you guys can answer it. Are you guys sold on the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs? Yes or no? Because I have doubts.
No. They're saying no, Brandon. I'll speak I'll speak for them real quick. Joel Embiid is single-handedly carrying this team. 30 points a game is, as a center especially, is absurd. I don't think. Am I lagging?
No, you're good.
I'm sorry. I have to keep on asking. Yeah, I think that the team has depth, but not as much. And I think really, we'll see in these next 2 weeks how the Sixers do without Joel Embiid. I mean, he's definitely their best player by far.
I mean, like honestly though, who really trusts Ben Simmons in a playoff game?
Nobody. The dude's big, and he can drive and pretty darn good passer. Don't get me wrong, but the shooting is clearly not. I mean, he's a good defender, but when the crowd goes crazy when you make one 3-pointer,
that's embarrassing.
crazy. That's
that's
how you know it's a problem. Like
that's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. Like, and he really needs to work on his shot. I mean, I don't know how you can't shoot and you're in the NBA like that.
I will say this about Simmons though; he's a great defensive player.
Yeah, we just said that.
He's great at defense, but come playoff time, teams are going to dare him to shoot, and I think that's going to be their downfall.
Yeah, and it's like how do you not get that by now? I mean, you're a professional. You're a guard professional in the NBA. I mean, you could probably play. Yeah, he's like 6'9" or 7, excuse me. You could probably play power forward if you wanted to, but he's too much of a playmaker not to be playing point guard. So I mean, even Giannis got his shot. Even Giannis got his shot right. He's not the best shooter, but even he got his shot right. And the fact that Ben Simmons still hasn't gotten his right is a little absurd to me. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. Brandon, I'll bring you back in a second, but right now, I want to get. Actually, no, I'll keep Camera Dose on. It wouldn't make sense to take you guys off. But so the story number 2, obviously, Selection Sunday, 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Very important. Now, I'm not going to say this is March Madness is back and better than ever because. I'm not going to say March Madness is back and better than ever because there are some teams missing. Like, you have Duke. Kentucky probably won't be in it. So there's some teams missing. Like, is Kentucky even going to, aren't they awful, though? Yeah, so there's no way. Like, maybe if they would have made it a little bit further in the tournament, they might have a chance. But they're
like 6 games under 500.
There's 6 games under 500, and that's not usual Kentucky basketball. So, I mean, and I'm going to be honest, I think it's just the coaching at that point because that they're. I mean, dude, but they have to be good. It's
Calipari's an all-time great coach, but that freshman recruiting class that they brought in was an absolute bust.
So okay, so
AJ
maybe
Voss and all those guys, they were supposed to be really, really good, and they ended up.
completely folded. Okay, so there are a few questions going into tomorrow. I only have two here, and I think there are two very important ones. First question I have: who are the guaranteed one seeds? For me, there's two. I think there's definitely two. Gonzaga,
That's
very far, no, very far. If you could give a team a bye week just because they're playing so good, I would definitely give it to Gonzaga. They haven't lost a game yet this season. Undefeated also in their conference. So I mean, this is a very good basketball team. I mean, all around on all cylinders, they're just playing amazing. And another one I have is Baylor. I think Baylor definitely secures their spot as well. I believe they've only lost 2 games all season, only one in conference play. They're 13-1 in the Big 12. It's almost safe to say that both of these teams might even make it all the way to the Final Four just already. But what was that? Oh, my snowball. Charlie, what we get, Papa? Yeah, so sorry. So, I mean, Baylor maybe not. Gonzaga hasn't lost a game this year. There's like Alex, I'll ask you, like, could you even go as far to say? I mean, anything can happen in March Madness, obviously, but would you go as far to say maybe not for Baylor, but for Gonzaga, there's no way that they don't make it to the Final Four?
It's going to be tough for them to lose. It's going to
Yeah.
be tough for someone to beat them. I mean, they have 3 star players. Jalen Suggs is a really, really good point guard for them. I think they're definitely going to go to the Final Four, but I wouldn't say they're a lock for the championship, which many people would say.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a team that hasn't lost the game all year, and if they go all the way, there is a possibility that they could lose that one game this season. Would be a complete heartbreaker for Gonzaga. As far as Baylor goes, I'm not really sold on it either. I know you're not sold on it, Alex.
No, I'm sold on Baylor.
You're sold on
That's my
Baylor.
national championship.
You think that you think Baylor's gonna win the whole thing? Why is that?
2 lead guards, seniors that have experience. They have really good role players, great coaching. Best team in the Big 12, which is the best conference in college basketball this year. That's my pick to win it all.
Yeah, and again, the Big 12 is the powerhouse of college basketball right now. You have Gonzaga, who hasn't had a really tough schedule, but 25-0 is still 25-0. That's still a crazy record. We'll see how that goes. The other question I have for today is: should Syracuse fans be scared? Um, Orange fans might be in a ride tomorrow night. Their chances of making the tournament are not looking promising. They lost to Virginia by a buzzer beater in the ACC tournament. I believe it was the quarterfinals. It was ridiculous. The dude that made the shot was 0-5 the whole game, and he made that shot at the end.
That defense was.
Yeah, how do you let that happen?
I don't know if it was coaching or somebody was just not on their man. That was really bad.
Yeah, and like how again? I know it was like sort of like a fast break situation. They didn't have any timeouts. They just went down the floor.
There's nobody on the side of the court.
Yeah, like even if you split the court in half, like Max just said, there was nobody on that half of the court. I don't know how you let that happen, but I mean, despite that happening, I mean, if Virginia would have lost that game, I don't think it would have mattered much to them. They'll probably still fall in that 3-4 seed. Are they? I think aren't they one of the teams that isn't finishing the ACC tournament?
Yeah,
They had a COVID case. Now they're not finishing the tournament, but I think they'll definitely still make the tournament. They were a 1 seed going into the tournament, 1 seed going into the ACC tournament. You were gonna say?
Well, are you finished?
No. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say, like just sleeper picks for this.
Oh no. Then let me finish here. Then I'm sorry. Here's why I'm not sold on Syracuse even making the tournament. CBS bracketologist, whatever his name is, he has them sitting at 11 right now, so not the first 4. But I don't know. They're eighth in the ACC, and they're 16-9 overall. That's over 500. That's not a terrible record, but again, compared to some other teams, I'm not really sure. The ACC is kind of weird. Like there's some comp, but there's not, and I would say that they're somewhere in the middle. They've only played 3 ranked teams this entire season, and they've only won one of them. And another important thing to note, and I'm even going to crap on them, and they're right behind me. They lost to Pitt, which that's a big loss in itself. Coming out the beginning of the year, I actually thought Pitt played well, took a big dip. But Alex, should Orange fans be scared here?
No. They're definitely either a first 4 in team or they're going to be an 11 seed or even higher than that. I think they won 2 ACC tournament games, lost to Virginia, who's a 4 seed on the buzzer beater. They have some good players, obviously great coaching. I think their name could help them get in as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think that fans have anything to worry about.
And like I don't really think like there's much I don't think there's much of a question as well. Like I was just they gave me the idea because I was reading an article. I didn't look into it, but there is a couple things that would help them. Oh, was I lagging? Okay. I think there is a couple important things to note here. Again, it's Syracuse. It's a big D1 school. I think their name definitely does help. So if there's another team that's definitely like in that same boat as them, I don't even think that they're going to be a first 4 team. I think they'll definitely make it before the first 4.
Either or.
Yeah, either or. I mean, either way, they'll probably win in the first 4 if they make it to the first 4. It depends on who they play. But, I mean, it's still, again, we'll see tomorrow. I don't know. There's a lot of questions here. Fraz, underrated teams. What are we looking at here?
I mean, I wouldn't say like underrated, but I think a team that's not really talked about as much is Iowa and Luka Garza, and I think they're gonna. I think they can definitely win it. They can come close to beating teams like Illinois. I know they lost to them by 2 in the beginning of the season. I know last game wasn't great, but I think they're a team to watch out for, and I think they can potentially win.
Yeah, so Illinois right now. Let's take a look at Illinois for a second.
Iowa.
Oh, you said Iowa,
Yeah.
who just lost to
Illinois.
who just lost to Illinois. So right now, Iowa.
In that on that side of the bracket.
Yeah. I'm trying to find them. So right now I'm looking on CBS. I'll actually share my screen, if that's okay. We got about to get pulled into the vortex here, and there it is. There's the vortex. But so I'm looking at the bracket predictions here as of 7 o'clock this morning. So some games happened, but still, this is Jeremy Palm, bracketologist expert. Big deal here. But he's the one who's given us all this. So as you can see, Gonzaga is definitely that one. Iowa is projected to get a 2 seed in the West. Let's take a look at Iowa here a second. So they did lose to Illinois today in the Big Ten, which the Big Ten is pretty good basketball.
Big 10, Big 12.
Yeah, the big schools, the big conferences, if you will, definitely are. They have good competition. If we look at their schedule, which I believe, where is it at here? I just saw there. Oh, here it is. So if we look at their schedule throughout the year, they're 21-8 on the year. Again, they played North Carolina, pretty good team. They only lost to 11 by Gonzaga. They've had some tough losses here and there. They lost to Minnesota in overtime. They were 7-2 at the time, or no, they're 7. I'm very confused how this works.
That was a bad loss.
Yeah, that was. I mean, clearly it was a bad loss. And that's in conference play too. So again, that is a bad loss. And I believe it or not, I think you could argue that if they would have won this game, they could have been in contention for one with. You don't think so?
The 4 ones, I think, are locks.
You think that they're locks?
No matter what would have happened there, 4 number ones are the 4 best teams in the nation right now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you have to look though. Minnesota at one point. I mean, it was still, it was about almost halfway through the season. They were actually ranked at one point 16th in the country. So I think the Minnesota loss. I mean, Minnesota might have had a bad stretch of basketball.
Look at the second half of the season. They're the worst team in the Big Ten.
Let's look at Minnesota. If it loads, it's taking a while. There we go.
One of the worst.
Yeah, one of the worst teams. So let's look. So, it goes from on the way down. I'm sorry. Yeah, so actually, I was looking at it as if this was the most recent game. This is actually the start of the season. Look at Minnesota. They started off really good. The good win streak, 6-0. Then they lose to Illinois, who again good basketball team, projected as a number one lock, as Alex said. They beat Iowa as well, again good basketball team. But then they lose. I think it really starts after their postponement game to Nebraska. They lose three straight, losing to Maryland, Purdue, and Rutgers. Bounce back and beat Purdue again. And then they just start playing bad basketball. Holy crap. Yeah, so as you can see, they go on a 1, 2, 3, 4. They're on a 6 game. They lost 6 games straight.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a bad loss. And again, you think that was definitely these top four are locks. I would agree, but I think the winning that game definitely would have helped their chances at maybe potentially fighting for a 1.
I think if Iowa could have beat Illinois today in that Big Ten semifinal, they could have made a case for a 1 seed, but didn't happen.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. Before as like I usually don't start getting into March Madness a week and a half before March Madness starts. But I'm looking at some of these teams, and I didn't even know they were good at basketball. Like Alabama is a good basketball team.
Bama won the SEC.
St.
Yeah.
Bonaventure's in it this year.
St. Bonaventure.
That's pretty close to here actually, but
Where's
that's a team that's in it. Who are they playing first?
Well, I mean, we don't know who they're playing yet.
They're projected to play West Virginia. I think.
No, Virginia Tech. So St. Bonaventure. Let's look at St. Bonaventure for a second.
That was a first round matchup. I'm thinking the Bonnies stuff.
The Bonnies, yeah, the Bonnies. What a name. So they're Atlantic. They're in the Atlantic 10. They're number 1 in the conference. They're 11-4. I'm looking at some of these schools. Not terrible comp, but they have some tough games here and there. I would have to agree with Alex. I mean, they're projected to play Virginia Tech. I'd probably take just to mix up the bracket and not go like just solely off of numbers here. I probably would go St. Bonaventure here. So yeah. I'll ask you guys really quick. Alex, I'll start with you. Any teams besides Baylor? I know you like Baylor. Are there any other teams that could possibly surprise us here in the tournament?
I would say Oklahoma State out of the Big 12 too. I mean, they're hot at the right time right now. They got the Big 12 player of the year in Kate Cunningham, number 1 pick in the NBA draft. They're heating up. They beat WVU 2 times in a row. They just beat Baylor. They're in the Big 12 championship right now. I think they're playing. They're playing really good basketball at the right time. So I think that could be a Sweet 16 Elite 8 team.
Yeah, so Oklahoma State right now projected to go 2. They also play they don't play in a bad conference. Were we saying that Kansas is not under 500? They're 20-8 right now. Oh no, we're thinking of Kentucky. Sorry. Yeah, Oklahoma State playing pretty good basketball in a tough conference. Big 12, best conference in basketball. Yeah, I also like Oklahoma State here. I'm thinking Sweet 16-ish. Elite 8 is definitely a good landing spot for them. I don't see them going that much further because again, they are in the Big 12. They've had some tough games here and there, but like if they end up meeting like a Baylor or anything like that, I don't think there's a chance. Fraz, besides St. Bonaventure, any other teams stand out to you?
How about the team that made a run a few years ago, Loyola Chicago?
Loyola Chicago. Let's take a look at Loyola Chicago. So they've actually gotten better since then. I think, believe it or not, that might have helped from a recruiting standpoint. That's
what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Standpoint.
They're actually not playing. They have a pretty good record. They're killing. Obviously, nobody ever heard of the Missouri Valley Conference, but they are killing it in there. Drake also is in that division. They're probably going to go first 4, and if they don't go first 4, I don't think they'll make the tournament at all. Those are the only two teams that really stand out to me in this conference. Everybody else is nah. Yeah, they're 24-4 on the year. Again, not much competition. I mean, let's just look at. I mean, there's not very many, and they haven't played a game since the 27th of February. So, yeah, they played yeah, Wisconsin was probably their. I don't know what that is. Wisconsin's probably their hardest game of the year. So, and then Drake. Wow, what a low scoring game for college basketball. 51-50. Oh, um, but yeah, I mean, I think that's really all there is to talk about for college basketball. You guys have anything to say? No. All right. Oh, so let's pull us out of the polar vortex here. Um, so final thing I want to talk about is the NFL, and I'm gonna be honest. I apologize every stream. I'm gonna stop apologizing. There's way too much to talk about for football. You can't get away from it. There's too much to talk about, really. So, first thing I'm gonna talk about is today the Chargers released that they were gonna release their Pro Bowl corner in Casey Hayward Jr. The corner spent 5 seasons with the Chargers after signing as a free agent back in 16. Um, yeah, so this was a quote from Tom Telesco, I believe was the general manager over for the Chargers. He said, "While the decision to add Casey to the team was obviously one of the best free agent signings we've ever made, this roster-related decision is one of the most difficult." Um, he he's played it, or wait, what does that say? Oh, last season he missed a few games. He played in 14, started in 13. One pick, 8 passes defended. Um, so this is a fun fact. He played 107 consecutive games before the Buffalo game on the 29th of November. That's crazy. That just shows how consistent of a player this is. They said it was a. I'm gonna be on. It's probably for money.
He's getting up there too. I think.
Yeah, he is. He is on the older side, from what I remember. Let me bring in somebody who hasn't talked yet all day, Mikey.
Hi.
Mikey, what's up?
What's up?
Okay, so here we go. More free agency news today. Casey Hayward gone. See ya. Bye bye from the Cardinals.
Cardinals. Well,
Or not the Cardinals.
the
The
Chargers.
I don't have how much that freed him up in cap space or how much of a cap hit they would have taken. But Mikey, where do you see Casey Hayward ended up here?
Honestly, I have no clue. I'd love to see him come back to the Packers, but he is kind of older, so
Yeah, again, he is older. I think he has 5 Pro Bowls under his belt. Again, really good player. He also won a Defensive Player of the Week. September 13th. I don't know why they don't give me the weeks for this. But he had a career high 12 tackles, which at corner is really good. So he's had a pretty prolific career with the Chargers. He led the NFL back in 2016-17 season with 7 interceptions. That's a pretty impressive stat. Max, I'll ask you. Despite his age, he is a little bit older. You know that you don't even have to know his age, but you know he's old because he was a free agent back in 2016. So that definitely tells you that he's old, and he signed a 4-year contract, obviously, because yeah, this was it. So despite his age, do you think he'll be able to come back and make an impact for another team?
Yeah, I think he could definitely come back and make an impact. He's got a lot of. I mean, you said he's got a lot of Pro Bowls under his belt. He knows how to play. It would be nice to see him get picked up by a team that's going to make it down the stretch and see him make a run. He's probably not going to get as much money as he wants, but I think he's going to at least have a couple more years left in him.
Yeah, and that's the thing right now. I'm not sure if there's really a middle in the NFL right now. I think there's a lot of older guys, and I think there's a lot of younger guys who are either just starting on their rookie contracts or are like coming towards the end. I want to ask a couple questions about Juju later on, stuff like that. So yeah, Casey Hayward again. I don't know where he's going to end up. Green Bay would be a good landing spot if they. I actually no. I don't even think money is that much of
yeah,
a
Billy.
problem at this point for Casey.
They ended up saving $9.75 million.
Oh wow!
With when they're taking on a $2 million thing in dead money.
Yeah, that's
So,
not bad.
It's not bad.
No, I can see why they kind of let him go now because That's almost $10 million put into a corner. That again is probably he's not edging towards the end of his career, but he's definitely
in the second half.
yeah. Yeah, so I think that's really all there is to say about Casey Hayward. Again, I don't as far as like I want to look at all these guys and all these free agents as could they be a Steeler? I don't see him being a Steeler. I think one we're still in a money issue. I think in the next upcoming week, I think we'll start to see a lot more moves from the Steelers. Again, I think next week is the Juju week. I think we'll finally see a move from the Steelers. Maybe possibly a holdout. I don't know.
Get him out of
Well,
Week he didn't want to come back.
Well, no, it was a I believe it was Sports Illustrated
It's an
put out
Instagram
like a poll. It was like, um, does or should Juju come back? And it said like yeah or nah, and he voted nah. And then I believe the like you know how on an Instagram poll you could see where everybody
Yeah.
voted. He voted nah. So
He shouldn't even be
Like after that, then there's a what's it called? Just like just get him out of here.
yeah, I
honestly.
mean,
Get him I was just saying
he's
loyal.
not that good. He's not even that good. So
well, no,
That's so childish
He
stuff.
had one great season because of Antonio Brown. After that,
yeah, because he took the number one receiver spot. Antonio Brown did it. So
you know,
he's a good number two receiver.
here's the only problem I have with this is it'll be typical. Again, I did a whole 7-round mock draft, did it all. It's typical for the Steelers to take a receiver. I'm pretty sure in every draft for the past like 4 or 5 years, we've taken one receiver. It doesn't matter what our situations like. We've always taken a receiver. I think I have one going in the 4th round for the Steelers. So whether or not Juju is gone or not, here's the problem with me getting rid of Juju. I hope we don't overpay him. I think Alex was the one that told me, or somebody told me like Rappaport put out a thing saying that the Steelers are even considering giving him a 1-year deal, like a prove yourself type of deal. It might have even been you, Mike. I don't really remember. But this might be a more of like a 1-year deal, but not for his market value is somewhere from 17 to 18 million. I don't see that being that's way too much money, even if it's 1 year. I don't see the Steelers giving him that kind of money. At the very most, I see the Steelers giving him about 14 and a half. I think that's the most we'll give Juju. And if it no, I think if it does go that low, 14 to 15, I think that's a fair price for Juju, not a good one. I think it's a fair price. But yeah, Brandon, while you're here, I think you're here. Yeah, Brandon's here. Brandon, I'll ask you, and then we'll move on. Should the Steelers re-sign Juju Smith-Schuster?
No. I think the Steelers have much bigger needs than Juju Smith-Schuster. I think they need to let him walk. He had a good run. He was a very good draft pick. Rookie year was promising. Second year was even better. His third year was a down year, mostly because Ben wasn't healthy. You know what I mean? So he didn't really have that great of a quarterback to throw him the ball or whatever. And then this year, man, like listen, man, Juju. I thought Juju was pretty good this year, but his off-field antics were just
Unbelievable.
It was crazy. It was like literally those headline Steelers last year was Corvette, and that was by one guy.
That gave us the literal laughing stock.
Just because of him, we were the most hated team in the league. Just because of him,
and it kind of I don't want to sound corny here, but it kind of gave us bad juju. You said it. The Bengals game, that's unreal. You don't lose to a team who is supposed to get a top 5 pick in this draft. Like that's terrible. It was all after the 11.
When they lost that game, I knew it was over.
And against the backup quarterback. Good week for me. I had T. Higgins on my fantasy team. Absolutely torched us. So I was cheering but booing at the same time. So I think Juju kind of set a trend of bad Juju, if you will, as far as that goes. But let's move. We'll come back to Juju in a little bit. But let's move on to the New England quarterback situation. They just re-signed Cam Newton to a 1-year deal, worth $14 million. Again, I think that's pretty decent money for a quarterback. I think that's fairly cheap. Excuse me. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all to it. Like he had he had a pretty mediocre season last year. The team went under 500 under him. Um, I mean, Zach, I'll just ask you: Is Cam Newton done here, or is there another chance with this 1 year deal?
I don't think he's done here yet. I mean, like you said, he had an okay year. It wasn't terrible. I mean, he slowly went down, towards the end of the season. But I think next year will be good for him. What, he makes money?
He'll
Here.
downhill. Um. Okay. So while he figures out his phone, um, Fraz, I'll ask you the same question. Is Cam Newton done in the NFL, or is he going to prove himself in this 1 year deal?
Yeah, I think last year was just it was a fluke, or not a fluke, but he just didn't do what he usually does. He just came back from an injury too as well. So let's see what he could do this year. But I think Cam's still a top quarterback, and he'll make a comeback.
Yeah. Now, the only sad stat I have with Cam is that I'm pretty sure he almost had more rushing touchdowns
Yeah,
than Pat.
6 passing
Yeah,
touchdowns.
it's only 6 passing touchdowns. I think he had like 4 rushing. So yes, he definitely
He
did.
led the
No, he had 12 rushing touchdowns.
He had 12.
He had like 12 rushes.
Yeah,
Jeez.
he had this was I have a stat line right here: 8 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 10 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah. So if you
So
have
really, all you gotta do is add 12 plus 8 to add up his total touchdowns for the season.
Yeah, again, so I look at the I look at like the Jameis Winston thing. I think the only Jameis Winston threw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in one season. I think that was impressive in itself. But if you ever throw like a 1-to-2 ratio, or not a 1-to-1 at least, with touchdowns to picks, I don't consider that a good season at all, unless somehow your team makes the playoffs. I mean, if you're throwing that bad, I don't even know how you make the playoffs. But yeah, personally, I don't know. I'm not really sold on Cam anymore. I think Superman finally has what is it? He got hit with kryptonite. What is it? I guess. Yeah,
Billy,
it's been a while. What's up, Brandon?
I'll ask you this about Cam: who would you rather have, Cam or Jimmy G?
Jimmy G, 100%. I think when Jimmy G is healthy, which he never is, but I think when Jimmy G is healthy, I think he can throw the ball pretty well. I mean, here's the thing: when Jimmy G was in San Fran, he had some decent threats around him. He had, in my opinion, which we could debate about, he had the best tight end in football in George Kittle. Again, we could debate about that. That Kelsey's the
I would
best.
agree with you. I think he's
I
one.
think Kittle's better, but that's a debate for another day. Obviously, you're saying this. You think I'm saying this because he was on my fantasy team.
Kelsey was on his fantasy.
Yeah. So you can
He's so far and away the best tight end.
Yeah, but
It's not even close.
so far away.
No, it's
Who?
What are you talking about?
Bro,
Whoa,
what did Alex say?
He said that Kittle is so far away from being the best tight end in football.
No, I think Kelsey's so far away.
Man.
Oh,
Come on, man.
Come
on, man.
You think
That's blasphemous, man. Come on, man.
So you think Kittle's like right here,
Skill,
but Kelsey's like out here.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Mahomes makes Kelsey look better than what Kelsey actually is.
Wait a minute. Now this is a question. If Kittle had Mahomes,
then I think
Does he?
Kittle will be even better.
this is like the whole Donovan Mitchell thing.
yeah, same thing.
I don't know. I think I don't.
Kittle's more of a blocking.
Yeah,
But he does it.
Kittle's better all around, but Kelsey's had.
He's a better receiver tight end.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you just said tight end.
Alex
is basing it off reception.
I have a hotter take. Darren Waller's better than Jordan.
Whoa.
Hey, I think Alex is trolling.
I think it's closer than you think.
So you think that
The Waller and Kittle thing is closer
than
to Travis.
Kittle and
Yes.
Wall or
Receiving wise, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Waller as a receiver, you could argue, is which I still don't agree. I think George Kittle, even when he was healthy, was outstanding, making great catches. You have to watch again. I'm a nerd. I watch tape. You have to watch the tape. Waller's just fast. Okay, he's big. He's the fastest tight end in the NFL. But his speed makes up with it. But Kittle finds a way to run the crispiest routes and really he
Kittle
finds
Kittle
spots.
does everything.
Kittle
Everything
does
well.
exactly. I don't think you're going to find a better blocking tight end in the NFL than George Kittle, and you cannot disagree with that. In that department, I have Kelsey here and Kittle over here.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
so I mean,
But
I
there's
don't
some
know,
other good blocking tight ends.
And
too.
but all they're good at is blocking. I mean,
Of
they
course, they're all great tight ends.
Vance McDonald. Is Vance McDonald done?
Travis
Did
Kelce's
he
got to go down as
Did-
the best tight end of all time.
I think Vance
All right,
Better than
this
Tony.
is too many hot takes in one
That
show,
wasn't even a hot take.
dude.
He has like
Tony
400
Gonzalez was crazy,
Yes.
and what about Gronk? I mean, there's
Yeah, like
just too
Blair.
much here.
Gronk didn't play long.
But
Why?
Gronk-
Hot takes are good. It stirs up the pot. I like it.
Travis Kelce would probably go down as the best tight end of all time.
He's going to be close to Tony. But I think he's going to go down as better than Gronk just because Gronk didn't play
that
all
long.
the stuff he does.
I mean,
Kelce-
Gronk did have
Kelce-
2
Kelce's
touchdowns
Kelsey's
in
gonna
the
get 2-3 more Super Bowls too before he's done.
hot take.
That's not even a hot take.
It is a hot take.
Kansas City's
I'm
had
gonna
good
be
tight ends
honest.
for a while.
I'm gonna be honest.
They had Gonzalez was their last big one, right?
Yeah,
He
they've
didn't
had-
play there for too long.
No, he was more in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Ricky Seals.
Kelsey's gonna have to block more because they got rid of them two tackles.
We might see him more inside.
I think
Yeah.
here's
he
the
really
thing.
hasn't had a presence
Especially
as
after
much
the
blocking.
Super Bowl when tackles didn't do anything.
Yeah,
They
and
might-
now they're
got-
gone.
Yeah,
And they got rid of the.
starters.
I couldn't see them keeping him in on passes though. They might incorporate.
Now
another tight end to block him.
at least that's a big sign. I think from the Chiefs, especially. I mean, again, going back to my mock draft, I think the Chiefs are no doubt about it going to take a tackle in the first round. I think I have them. I think they have them. I think they have them reaching for Liam Eichenberg from Notre Dame. But
I wouldn't call that a reach.
I mean, he's projected to go somewhere around 40. He's a really good player. But I also think I see a move. Mikey, give me a second. We're talking here, okay? You know what? I'll just bring you in now. But I also think we're going to see a move in the offseason as well. There's a few tackles out there. The more we see, some guys that could be signed to a 1 year. Or Orlando Brown is still out there. The Steelers would never get him because it's the unwritten rule that you never trade to another team.
He's going to the NFC.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see him going anywhere in the AFC. So I don't.
Baltimore wouldn't trade him. Those two are so competitive.
Yeah, and also again, that's what I'm saying about Juju too. People are like, oh well, the Ravens really need a receiver, but there's no way that the Steelers Juju's not proving that he's crazy, but Juju's also not.
You can see.
Well, you know what, Bill?
What's up?
The Steelers won't have no impact on it because he's a free agent. The Steelers couldn't stop him from going.
Oh
to the
right,
Ravens.
that's true. They couldn't do that.
If Juju wanted to sign with the Ravens, he could just sign with them.
Juju would be more hated than Antonio Brown.
Oh my, dude, Alex, they be burning jerseys, man. It'd be hilarious.
We'd probably burn a jersey on the show too. I mean,
Hey, by the way, let me say something. I think burning jerseys is the dumbest thing ever because you're literally the one that spent all that money on the jersey. So you're literally burning your own money.
How about burning couches too, like in Holland?
Frazzy, what?
burning couches.
You know, everyone,
Burning couches, what?
No. No, I have a little quick funny story. So there was a stretch of time where I got two bad jerseys in the same week. I got a James Neal jersey the week he got traded, and then I got an Adrian Peterson jersey the week he beat his kid with a twig. So a twig.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Billy, hey, Bill, you were down bad then.
like a Nintendo
It's
Switch?
what it's called. Like,
Oh, a twig is a switch.
in that sense, like
I
Racism.
knew you were
How's that?
What, bro?
No. But Mike, I'll ask you the same question that we were just talking about. Oh yeah. So what do you think the Chiefs are going to do with their lineman situation now?
I could see them drafting one tackle and then
Okay.
picking up another in free agency.
Well, no crap. I'll talk
Because
about
like that's, I could see them trying to get. I don't really know who they draft because there's a ton of talent at the tackle
exactly.
position.
And that
You
was,
cannot pick a best one out of every single one there. There's
And
too many extremely good tackles, and in free agency, I could see them picking up. Who's the guy that came out of retirement from the Bears?
How long?
Yeah,
Kyle
Kyle Long. I
Holy
could see them
crap.
getting Kyle Long.
Was
It's
Kyle
gonna be
Long a tackle?
he played tackle and guard.
But I mean, I don't know what the Chiefs are gonna do. But again, I agree with you. There's a lot of this. This is probably the deepest lineman draft in a very long time. If you look at other mock drafts, or not even, you don't even have to look at mock drafts. You can just see in general. There's so many linemen in this draft, and I'm gonna be honest. This is another hot take. I think Penei Sewell out of Oregon. I think he's gonna drop more than people think. I don't even think. I think he's going to go past 5.
I've seen mocks where they have Slater going over Peninsula.
Then now that's the thing. We talked about it on the show. Slater had an amazing pro day. He ran a 4.88 40, 7.1. Yeah, for his size, he's like 320, 6'4". That's amazing.
Now he's gonna take him.
No, I don't think Cincinnati's going to take him. I
They
think
need an offensive lineman. They need a line.
they're also kind of in a hole on receivers. And after the first,
I don't think they are.
I think so. I mean, whatchamacallit? I mean, you do have what's his name?
I think you worry about receiving the second round.
Yeah.
For Cincinnati.
But that's the thing. This lineman class is so deep that you could still get a good lineman in round 2.
But you can get the number 1 or 2 lineman in Slater.
Well, Billy,
Joe Burrow a legit lineman.
That's true. But there's, I mean, I don't know. I still think like there's a lot of depth at this lineman core, and to be honest, Sewell, and if they don't take Sewell, then I mean I don't know. Slater's good too.
Billy, there's this guy.
Ready to play now.
What'd you say, Mike?
Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Alex. I couldn't hear you. So.
Oh, you're good, man. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, man. Okay, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No more making fun of people. But go ahead.
All right. So there is this lineman. He's a D3 lineman, but he is really good. His name's Quentin Mires from Wisconsin Whitewater. He played pretty good in the Senior Bowl. I'm not gonna lie. He was their center.
So wait. From D3.
He's a D3 lineman.
What the hell?
He's
What
a
name is
D3
that?
lineman. He's pretty big too. He's like, I think he's around 3.
Here, hold on.
300 something.
I want to look this up real quick. What's his name?
Quentin. Okay, here it's Quentin Meinnerz.
Quinton. I probably spelled that.
It's Quinn.
Quinn who?
Quinn Meinnerz. Meinnerz. I could see him going up pretty. I could see him going up pretty high for a D3 player.
D3 guy.
What do you think? Like 5th round? 4th
Oh,
round?
I have seen this before.
Yeah, I could see 5th, maybe 4th round because D3 players are really. They never get drafted. Really, they're more of like a supplemental draft type of player.
Look at that. So look, 4.86 40, a 4.47 short shuttle, a 7.33 cone. Slater ran better than that, but that's Rashawn Slater. He's crazy. And a 9.3 broad jump's pretty good as well. Yeah, I mean, what the heck? I mean, this guy's pretty good. This for Division III football. I mean, that's
Division III football. I could see, like I said, 4th or 5th round.
Oh, are you guys seeing this? Oh no, you're probably not. Hold on. Here,
No, not at all.
show the
Is that
viewer.
gonna-
Is it gonna register? I don't know. This is him. That's him. On the cover of NCAA Football 21.
That was after his crazy pro day.
And Billy, do you remember who's that one really good defensive end from Pitt? I think it's
Defensive end.
Jones or Rashad Weaver?
I think it's there's Jones and Weaver. They're both pretty
all
good.
right. Here's a video of him pancaking him.
Yeah, that one's Patrick Jones.
Oh wow, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Blocks were good.
that's one hell of a pancake. If I do say so myself.
Oh. You guys don't swear it one more time.
You said something.
No, I didn't. Akil thinks, which I don't know, he doesn't think that this Division III football player no higher than 5th or 6th.
Even 5th is a stretch for you.
Realistically, he's probably 7th or
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think people realize, like, you have Elijah Vera Tucker. He's literally the only exception. And you had Quentin Nelson a few years back. Interior linemen that could play center or guard really fall in a draft unless they are highly impactful, dominant on both sides of pass and run. I look at Pitt's Jimmy Morsey, who was a walk-on to Pitt.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I look at Pitt's Jimmy Morsey. That. Uh-oh.
What?
Breaking. We finally have Deshaun Watson. Here we go.
No way.
Here we go.
No way.
Denver, 5 first-round picks.
You're lying.
What?
5
Wait,
first-
what?
Wait, it actually happened?
Yep, it happened.
Where are you seeing this?
You pranking us?
Where are you seeing this?
Nowhere. It didn't happen.
Oh my god, I'm about to punch you across the face.
No.
Bro,
Give me a
man.
heart attack.
Don't do that.
I'll do that. All right. I'm gonna ask some from control here. I'm gonna ask for some control here. We're getting a little off topic. I think we took like 5 or 6. I think we took like 5 or 6 hot takes. But we're gonna move on. Speaking of a team that needs a quarterback, the Bears making a move that makes us think that they might take a quarterback more and more. They accommodated 18. Oh no, that's the franchise tag with Allen Robinson. They got rid of $23 million worth of cap space today, which is a ton. They restructured 3 contracts, which were Khalil Mack's, Eddie Jackson's, and Cody Whitehair, who I believe is a center for the Bears. So, Alex, I'll ask you, is there a chance that the Bears definitely make a move for a big quarterback here before April 1st?
I'm honestly not even sure. There's definitely a possibility that they can maybe get someone in the first round, like a Mac Jones or someone that slips where they pick in 20.
Something, yeah.
Mac Jones could slip to 20, but if they're freeing up all this cap space, it makes you feel like I've seen so many rumors too that they're going to really try to go after Russ or Deshaun. So I mean, if they're clearing all this cap, I think it's
And Russ has said multiple times that he likes how Chicago's offense works. That he likes the offensive coordinator and the head coach Matt Nagy. So
also Russ likes that big market.
Yeah, and he does like the market there in Chicago. Brandon, what are you thinking as far as that?
Well, here's the biggest prediction I have for this offseason.
Uh-oh.
Russell Wilson will get traded to the Chicago Bears. It's gonna happen, in my opinion. It's being lined up to happen. I think it's gonna happen, and I think Russ and Seattle are done with each other, and I think Chicago's gonna give them an offer they can't refuse. And I think Khalil Mack will be in that trade package too.
Oh, now listen.
What's the Seahawks quarterback situation?
It's not good. Geno Smith is their backup quarterback. They would have to bring in somebody in, and I'm going to be honest. They probably would have. They would have to get Chicago would have to give them a first round pick for this year.
Oh, absolutely. Chicago's going to give him a boatload of first-round picks. That's not even a question.
Okay, so Alex thinks that Mitch Trubisky is going to be involved in the trade as well. So
He's a free agent. He can't be traded.
yeah, he can't be. Mitch is a free agent.
It might be a 3-team trade that gives him a quarterback. It could be a 3-team trade.
You're saying with Mac in there, Brandon?
What'd you say?
With Khalil Mack
Khalil
involved
Mack
in the trade.
involved?
Yeah, I think Seattle's going to ask for Khalil Mack in the trade.
Yeah, here's the thing. They just reworked a contract with him, and I don't think Khalil Mack wants to go anywhere anyway. I think he likes it in Chicago, or else clearly he wouldn't have reworked a contract with them. I don't think
True.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think Khalil Mack is part of the trade solely for the fact that like him and maybe you can include Eddie Jackson make that defense. So yeah, I don't see Khalil Mack. I do see a substantial amount of draft picks. Russ is what, 33, 32, somewhere around there.
I think he's like 31.
He's 30, he's somewhere hovering around those early 30s. So you see it from Tom Brady as well, and I know he's like a good like decent amount older than him, but Russell Wilson spends $1 million a year on his body, on himself. That's between chefs, rehab. I saw it on my Instagram the other day. So I think as the game is evolving, I think that Russ could seriously play for a while. I don't know how long Tom Brady's different because he's a pocket passer.
Russell Wilson said in an interview that he wants to play until he's 45. He said that in an interview.
Yeah, I don't know.
He hasn't had any big injuries or anything,
No, that's the thing.
which is good.
I'm sure
I think
he's definitely he had to have missed a game.
But he hasn't had like
No, nothing like
missed,
not like a
second
whole
game.
season. No. So.
Think about the jump Darnell really takes. Russell Wilson.
Oh my God! Any quarterback, any of those decent even if one of the quarterbacks drafting, mine and Alex is like sleeper player. We've been talking about it for a while. Darnell Mooney for Chicago, probably in my opinion, from what I saw. Again, I'm a nerd. I watch tape. This guy is a great route runner. I'd actually put him like top 5 route runners in the NFL, behind the likes of Devontae Adams and possibly Jerry Jeudy as well. This guy is great off the press and actually runs some nasty deep routes. There's actually a YouTube compilation, you can look it up, of all the overthrown passes from Trubisky and Foles.
I did watch that.
Yeah, and it is bad.
He made a lot of good moves in there.
I think one of them was against Ramsey. He makes Jalen Ramsey look absolutely stupid. Ball goes 15 yards ahead of him. So again, I think with any quarterback that can throw a good deep ball, I think definitely Darnell Mooney becomes not only a great receiver for the team, but as far as fantasy value as well, he could definitely add some value to that team.
Another sleeper, I think, too. If Russell Wilson goes to the Bears, I think Cole Kmet.
Yeah. Again, all those guys are great receivers. Obviously, Allen Robinson has proved pretty well that he can last in the NFL. But yeah, what's up, Brandon?
I have a question. If Russell Wilson does get traded to Chicago, who's winning the NFC North, Green Bay or Chicago?
I would still give it to Green Bay.
Maybe not in 3 years.
Maybe no. I don't think so in 3 years. I think that's a stopping point for Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what Green Bay's backfield is going to look like this year.
Billy, it's going to be AJ Dillon is going to start. He's going to be their running back.
You know, AJ Dillon's not bad.
I think
Yeah. I don't know. We haven't seen. From college, AJ Dillon was a pretty good football player. No, not
Boston College.
Boston College. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I agree. I think whether what happens with Russ or the quarterback situation in Chicago, I think Green Bay owns the NFC North for the next, I would say, 2 or 3 years. But we'll see. I don't know. Let's move on. Again, like I just mentioned, they saved $23 million in cap space. So I think we do see, if it's not a quarterback, I think it wouldn't be a trade. It would, because that wouldn't add more. But I think that we could definitely see. I think we could see maybe, I don't know who I see the Bears signing in free agency, because they don't really need receivers anymore because they do have Allen Robinson back. Oh yeah, I agree. I think they're fine with Montgomery he's young too. Yeah, and Cohen's back. That backfield is straight. I think their offense is straight. I believe they're a little light on guards, on interior linemen.
Get some linemen.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
yeah, so I think definitely not like a crazy big player signing, but possibly a move there.
I think they're a quarterback away.
They are. I agree. I think they're a quarterback away, and you don't get rid of Khalil Mack. You don't get rid of Eddie Jackson. This isn't a bad team. Possibly a corner. They're a little light on DBs besides Eddie Jackson as well. They have Kyle Fuller.
They drafted,
And he's pretty good, too.
What's his name? Jalen Johnson. Something like
They
that.
might need another one though. Maybe not a first round corner. Maybe a second round. But
No, you don't got corner.
yeah, unless it's Surtain or Farley this year. Yeah, so they won't slip that far. Neither of them. I actually have them going like back to back. I think.
Neither of them said about
No. So yeah, that's pretty much it. One more free agency thing, Fraz, about your New York Giants. Nate Soldier, is it Soldier or Soldier?
Shoulder.
Soldier is planning on returning in 2021. He sat out last season. They're reworking his deal though, so maybe he might, or his contract. So he might not. They're still working it out. He wants to come back. He probably will come back. He has 2 years remaining on a 4-year, $62 million contract. He signed that in 2018. It hasn't. They haven't really got much out of it, out of that contract. $62 million for a lineman is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. If anybody watches the Giants, their line is just atrocious all the time, and I mean they're going. I mean they got last year they got the number one left tackle actually between two guys, and I think they picked the wrong guy, Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
But, he was really bad at the beginning. Got a little bit better towards the end of the season. That's what they really got to build up is that O line.
yeah. So this is a guy who obviously won a ring in New England, but I mean this. We all just got that. Oh, it's a basketball game. The Hornets beat the Raptors by 10. Melo had 23, 9, and 6. Yeah, I mean,
And wait,
Melo's really running away with this one.
the Milwaukee Bucks beat the Washington Wizards 125-119. Giannis had 33 points, and Russell Westbrook had a 42-point triple-double
Oh,
in a loss.
they lost, and Russ had 42-point triple-double.
Bradley
Yep.
Beal.
Oh,
Bradley Beal didn't play,
Okay,
but
well, that's a big part of it. The guys had more 30-point games than anybody else in the NFL.
NBA.
But yeah, I think that the Giants need some help up front. Obviously, in my opinion, they have a top 3 running back in Saquon Barkley when he's healthy. The dude's a freak athlete. Running a 4.4 at his size, he was good. With the combine, I mean, the dude had a really impressive combine. We know Saquon Barkley can be the best running back in the NFL when he's healthy. He will be again if he stays. I don't know if he's the best.
If he stays after that injury, we'll see. But I mean,
so overhyped.
No, I don't think.
so bad.
It's
That is
not-
the
it's
worst
not-
thing. That's one of the worst things you've ever said.
Come
No,
on.
I mean,
Dude. Yes, his O-line is terrible.
He's always hurt.
Alex, when have you seen? I know this is just one stat, but when have you seen a 230-pound man run 4?
he ran 220, ran a 4.4.
230.
230.
To his potential,
What-
but he
What
is
is
Not
it?
yet.
6'4", 240-pound Derrick Henry run a 4.5.
Yeah, he ran like a 4.56 or something like that.
But like,
That's
you
freakish.
need it. Like, I don't know, just with like skill wise, he is the best.
Yeah, no.
running back.
And I think even say he gets hurt again this year, but like he did this year, his first 2 or 3 games he played okay. I still think, believe it or not, I think New York will give him the money.
They probably will.
Yeah, they probably will.
I don't know.
who's Saquon Barkley?
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah, we will
Running
see.
backs are so undervalued now, just because of their age.
I think the
We were just
value.
talking about
I think the value of quarterbacks.
That's right.
I think
The overvalue of quarterbacks has something to do with it as well.
I think Le'Veon Bell really messed up the running back market when he held out. I think that really
That's why he's
you know
needs to get his huge payday before his time's done.
All right, yeah, Brandon, you were gonna say something, then we'll wrap it up here.
Nah, about the running back market, I think what Le'Veon Bell did by holding out that year, I think that really messed up the running back market.
Yeah, all around. I mean, the dude got paid less than what the Steelers were even gonna get him. Brandon, Mikey, thank you guys for coming on the show. We're gonna wrap it up here.
Appreciate it.
See you guys in a little bit. Thank you guys. Obviously, I think today went pretty well. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. Oh, why did I cut you guys out instead of Brandon?
Hey,
Yeah, Brandon, thank you for coming out. Great show today.
I
I'm
appreciate
gonna wrap it up here. So again, make sure you Make sure you check my Instagram at BDIV_ATB. Big $100 March Madness tournament coming out for free. Just follow the steps. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is share a post to my story. Fairly simple. Again, I want to evolve BDIV and the boys to multiple shows focusing on certain sports. So if you're interested, email me at bdivatb@gmail.com. Again, we were a little high on the time. We're about a minute and a half over. But again, great stream today. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll see you guys later. Peace.